Welcome back. Can you help me get out of this rabbit hole? I'm stuck in this rabbit hole of chip breakers. I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to get out of it. I wanted to see if there's any historical precedent as to how chip breakers were formed. And I have a funny feeling it was just a matter of trial and error, and each blacksmith shaped theirs based on the carpenters, cabinet makers, furniture makers, woodworkers in their area until they got it to work just right. Now, I don't think they were spending much time on math to figure out angles and all this other stuff. But basically, what I have found with this recently acquired antique jointer, with my older antique jointer that I have that's in excellent condition, I have some good reference there. That one's showing me between 30 and 32 degrees for the chip breaker. This one, it's kind of in rough shape. And this one here was from a smoother. And basically, I guess the only way I can get out of this rabbit hole is, in my mind, figure out if this is bedded at 45 degrees, this surface. Well, actually, it's this surface is bedded at 45 degrees because this is a tapered iron. You see that? How thick it is down here and how thin it is up here. I'll talk about that in a minute. But basically, when you have this bedded at 45 degrees and you're making your cut, the shaving wants to come up on the plane blade, the cutting iron, and then it hits the chip breaker and it wants to go up. Now, in my mind, let me step back a little. In my mind, not much up there, but the lower this angle or this ramp, let's call this a ramp, like a boat ramp. The lower the ramp, the shaving will come up, hit the chip breaker, and just sort of go this way. The steeper the ramp, the shaving will hit that chip breaker and want to go up. So if you've noticed, from time to time I'll be planing something and the shavings will want to come straight up and out of the plane. Okay? That's because I have that chip breaker rounded and more blunt. Okay? Old Stanley chip breakers with that rounded nose. That's just the way it works. And I've seen people with wood body planes, jack planes, take it across timbers and the shavings are just thick and they're coming straight up out of the plane. They're not curling. So it is a function of the thickness of the shaving and the distance the chip breaker is back from the cutting edge. That makes a difference as well. So this one, I measured this one also at somewhere between 30 and 35 degrees. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to take, I'm going to order up a newer style chip breaker. And I'm going to hone it at a pure 25 degrees. I'm going to try it. I'm not going to alter it. Then I'm going to put just a tiny micro bevel on the front of it at 30 degrees. We'll try it. Same piece of wood, same distance to the cutting edge. I'm going to try it. And then we'll go to 35 degrees. And we'll try it. And that'll get me to 80 I might even go to 40 degrees because that'll get me to 85 degrees. And what that 85 degrees is, from the surface of the wood to the direction, upward direction of the bluntness of the chip breaker, okay? That'll be 85 degrees to the surface of the wood or to the cut. So can you help me get out of this rabbit hole? If anybody knows for sure how this was established, or if it was all trial and error, I'm going to go with that for right now. Now, I'm wondering if I should do a separate video on tapered irons or just include it here.